Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, 23 Flavors of Stitching. My name is Kirsten and today is Flosstube number 20. Today is August 3rd, 2021, and you will be seeing this tomorrow on August 4th. Let's see, my parents are still in town. I originally thought that they were going to leave yesterday, August 2nd, but they are still here and they will actually be leaving on Saturday, and then I leave on Tuesday. I fly out on Tuesday, so I will be meeting them back in Virginia, and I don't know if they will be picking me up or if my brother will be picking me up, but it will be fun. I'm really excited. I get to go see my niece, who is now 6 months old, and it'll be a great time. Let's see. Today, if I seem a little frazzled, I just got back to my house. I spent this afternoon with my mom. I am trying to get my refrigerator and my pantry organized a little bit better, and so we were getting stuff for that. And my mom also needed to get some things for my grandma. So we were out doing that all day, and I just got back. It is probably 9:30, 10 when I'm filming this, and I just got back at like 9 or so. Oh no, I didn't get back to my house until about 9:30, so it is probably, it is probably 10 or after 10 when I'm filming this. I am going to just get right on into the stitching, and then if anything else comes up along the way, then I will talk about it. I have quite a few whips. I have a new start to show you. I don't feel like I did that much this week. Like, I touched all of them just a little bit, because I was reading a lot, and then I got an early birthday present. I like outdoor water sports, and my birthday is at the end of this month, and when I went down south just a couple weeks ago, down to southern Utah, I went paddleboarding with one of my friends from high school and middle school, and I really liked it. And before that, I was wanting a paddleboard for my birthday, and my father-in-law was hearing me talk about how much I loved paddleboarding and how excited I was about it, and so he asked my husband if he thought it was a good idea to get me a paddleboard for an early birthday present. So I got a paddleboard, and I got to take it out last weekend, and then I'll be taking it out again this week a few times, and then my parents are going to drive it out to Virginia for me, and then I will fly home with it so that I can use it out there. Because since my birthday is at the end of this month, I have a hard time with getting like summer things because especially in northern Utah, I can't use them really after Labor Day. So anyway, I'm excited. It's been fun. I got one of the blow-up paddleboards because I drive an SUV, and I can't, because of the moonroof on the top of my car, we can't put racks on it, so I have to inflate and deflate the paddleboard every single time I go. So it's been fun. It's been a good time. I love it. I can't wait to use it more. So on to the stitching. First, I have one new start. I was going to do 2 new starts. I have a sad story, but first I will show you the one new start that was successful. This is Stone Street Stitchworks MLK sampler. This came out last year as a stitch along. I believe it was free for a little bit. I don't remember, but I bought it this spring. So spring of 2021, and I started it, and I am stitching it on 16 count Fog Aida by Picture This Plus, and I'm using the called for DMC, and here's my start so far. this Needleminder I made. This is just the middle. So it's looking pretty good. I really liked it. I didn't want to put it down, but it was getting really late at night, and so I was like, I gotta try and get some sleep. There's no way I will function tomorrow if I don't, so I had to put it away, but I'm really liking it. My next start that I wanted to start was Quakers Pride, which is on the Silk Stitching app on iOS devices, and Shiloh, xstitchmd, was starting a stitch along for it, and it started back in April, I believe. And I ordered the fabric, but I didn't have everything ready to start it back then. So I was gonna start it. I finally got the motivation to start it, and I stitched half of a motif. No, not even, well, it was a pretty small motif. Probably the border, actually, I'd say. I stitched half of one corner of the border, and for some reason I felt like I needed to go and check something on the intro on the Silk app, and for some reason I double checked the measurements. I don't know why, but I checked for 32 count / 16 count, and I needed a piece of fabric that was 28 by 29 about, and I had a piece of fabric that was 25 by 36, so it was too short on one side. And so I picked the half corner out, and now I have some new fabric on the way, but I don't know when I will get the motivation to start that pattern again. So on to my works in progress, or WIP. First, I have Lizzie Kate. I am finally decided that I'm doing made in the USA, and this is the Yankee Doodles collection. And I am stitching it on 18 count vintage country Mocha. Yes, the hoop is still on it. Don't judge me. I'm really liking this. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry. My dad called. So, Lizzie Kate, made in the USA from the Yankee Doodles collection. I am stitching it on 18 count vintage country Mocha, and I am doing my own color conversion. I am doing ruby slippers for the red from Classic Colorworks. I am doing wavy navy from Classic Colorworks for the navy blue. I am using white lightning from Weeks Dye Works for the white, and I am going to use cornflower from Gentle Arts for the light blue that is on this firework right there. So I really like this one too. If I just sat down and finished it, I think it would be a pretty easy finish. Next up in my whips is Quaker Pumpkins by Hello from Liz Mathews. I started this as part of a stitch along with that Evelyn from Evelyn Across the Pond and Morgan Honeybee Stitcher started. It started on May 1st, and it is the hashtag Hello Quaker Sal because they wanted it to be inclusive of all of Hello from Liz Mathews' Quaker patterns. So right now she only has two. She has Quaker Pumpkins and Quaker Snowflakes, and I'm doing Quaker Pumpkins. This is the middle pumpkin. But basically, I believe Liz has said that she is going to make more. So they wanted this to be able to go on for whichever Quaker patterns that Liz makes for these. So if you remember last time I said that I wanted to rip out the All Hallows Eve that I had started, so I did that. so that I can have it up all fall instead of just 1 month, and worked more on the pumpkin. And I am stitching this on 18 count oatmeal, and I am using the called for Weeks Dye Works, except for one. Instead of Weeks Dye Works Gunmetal, I am using Gentle Arts Carriage Black. I really like that pattern too. I need to get back to it. It's just been so hot that I want to stitch summery things. Next up in my whips is the Little Women Stitch Along by SapphireMtHandcrafts, and I'm stitching this on 14 count oatmeal using the called for DMC. This is still part 1. Part 3 was just released. Since I was reading those other books, I haven't listened to this to stitch along with it. So now that I'm done with the first 7 books of that series, there's a break and then there's 5 more. And so I'll get a couple of days in on this before I start the next part of the series. I don't remember if I told you in this video or not what series it was, but if you saw on my Instagram for day 3 of the Common Threaded Stitcher, it is the Keaton Chronicles, and Keaton is spelled Keatyn, and it's really good. I've really enjoyed it. Okay, next up on my works in progress is my Canada sampler by Stitchrovia. I am stitching this on 16 count Aida that is white, and I worked on this for the July 24 hours of cross stitch. This was my first time participating. I didn't get 24 hours in the whole weekend, but I got 20, so I think that's pretty good. But here it is in all of its glory. So for the 24 hours, I did the wheat, I did the A, I did the fleur-de-lis, and I did the shields. I am loving it. Oh gosh. My nose is so itchy and I don't know why. Probably because if the door is not closed to my guest room, my dogs run all over it. And so their hair is probably flying everywhere. I am in my guest room right now. My desk in my craft room had too much stuff on it and I didn't feel like cleaning it off. Okay, so I'm stitching that on 16 count white Aida with the called for DMC. Next, for the 24 hours of cross stitch, I did 1 project a day. So on Friday I did the Canada sampler. This next project was for Saturday, and then I did a different one for Sunday. So this one is the Serendipity Stitch Along from Fat Quarter Shop. That was a Make-A-Wish stitch along. And I'm doing the called for navy blue fabric with the called for Weeks Dye Works. I'm almost done with this part, which is part 5, and then I have to finish part 6, and then part 7, and then I'll be done. This stitch along just ended, so I'm trying to get caught up so that I can have it finished. But I'm really liking it. I've been stitching on this the last few days to try and get some progress on it. Okay. Next up for 24 hours of cross stitch was Loved by You by Hello from Liz Mathews. This, I was enabled to start this by Evelyn from Evelyn Across the Pond. This is what it will look like. I am doing the left justified for it. And I am using Classic Colorworks Black Coffee, and I am stitching it on (16-count) Fiddler's cloth. And here is where I'm at. So before 24 hours of cross stitch, I only had by and part of this Y. So for 24 hours of cross stitch, I finished you, I did loved, and two. And I'm really liking it so far. I'm really excited to get some more progress on it. And then this Needleminder I showed in my last video. Can't remember where it's from, but I love it because it's my Dr. Pepper. Next up, I took this piece to the dealership with me, my car dealership, while I was getting a tire rotation and oil change. And this is my Sunshine by Stitchrovia. This is what it will look like when it's finished. I'm trying to get the trio done before I have children, if I am blessed to have them. And I am stitching this on 16-count Moonglow from Picture This Plus. And here is my progress. While I was at the dealership, I started on the H for Sunshine. On one of the Sunshines. I'm really liking it. This yellow right here, this is perfect. It looks so good. I'm really liking that one. This one I really like because for the most part you don't have to worry about color changes, and so it's nice to be able to take somewhere and only have to worry about one color. And then lastly for my whips is the Stitching Book Club logo. This is what it will look like when it's finished. This one I took all of them up to a craft day that my mom was having with 3 of her sisters. My mom has 6 sisters and there's 7 girls total. And then she has 2 brothers. But I am stitching this on 16-count white with the called for DMC. And I got a little farther on it. I think this one could be a pretty easy finish too. I'm really liking it so far. And I did that. My mom and her sisters were making cards, like thank you cards, happy birthday cards, stuff like that. And I was stitching while they did that. So that is all that I have that is stitching related. I have a few things coming in the mail that I would for a birthday start at the end of this month. So I'm excited for that. If you would like to stop watching here, that's totally fine. All I have left is some purchases. So first, I think I forgot to show this in my last one, but this came in my last haul. This is Black Whisper thread. I have a Pomsky. You've seen her in videos, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen her. And she is very fluffy. So for my Chester's Place pattern, I wanted to do this. so that I could put her in there. Next up is some fabric from BeStitchMe. Sorry, this is really loud. I'm so sorry. Okay, this is half a yard of 18 count sand dollar from BeStitchMe. This one I was thinking of doing the One Nation flag on it. I think I'm going to do something else now. I think I'm going to put it on my 14 count coffee tea dyed that I did, but I think this is very pretty. And I'll find something to put on it. I just think it's beautiful. And her shipping, right on her website, it says 4 to 10 weeks or something like that, and it came pretty fast. I think it came in 4. I was expecting it to come more in like the 10, but next up I have a Needleminder. This one I ordered with all the other ones from my last video, but this one is from BusyBeaverBoutique on Etsy, and it says, "Be the person that your dog thinks you are." I think it's funny. It's also a sweet sentiment, so there's that. And then I decided that I wanted to try Victorian Motto floss. So I got their Primitive Floss Club limited editions. I ordered it off of Etsy. I will have the shop linked down below. But here is wheat. It's a really pretty golden. Lavender dust. Very pretty purple. Prairie sky. I really like this blue. Cherry cordial. Simply mauve. Cinnamon stick. I like that brown, like a burnt orange. Colonial blue bonnet. Creamery. Storm sky. Rustic coral. Classic sage. And wood rose. I just think those are absolutely beautiful. And then let's see what came in here. Oh! Next, I have some stickers from Jennifer, WhistlestopStitcher. I got some stickers from her. I got the needles and floss and charts and fabric. I got the little bit of X's for Schitt's Creek. And then cross stitch love stickers, and then cross stitch phrases, which are super cute. And they're in like a Ray Dunn inspired font. Really like those. And lastly, so I made an order also an Evelyn oh my gosh, Evelyn enable moment. I don't know what to call that. I wanted to stitch the Quilted Beast by Long Dog Samplers, and I was asking my husband to get it for me for my birthday, since my birthday is this month, and he was like, well, how much like, how much would it be? So I went through the price of the pattern, the prices of all the threads, then the price of the fabric, and he was like, just get it. So this is not counting as a birthday present, which I think is kind of cheating, but I'll take it. And most of it still has not shipped, but I did get some floss for it. And I just got the called for sampler threads that 123 Stitch had. Like, when you go to buy a pattern and then you can select to have all of the flosses come to you. So there are some, I got 6. I got 6 of them sent to me. There are some that weren't available, so I will have to like go to my LNS to get them. And then I'm waiting for 3 flosses to come that I ordered, the pattern, and then my fabric. But these are the flosses that I did get. Tin Bucket from Gentle Arts, Red Plum, which that is purple. That is not Red Plum, that is purple. We might have to switch that out. Mulberry, Moonlit Path, which I have one of these, and the one that I have is more this purpley, and there's only that purple. I don't know, we might be doing a conversion. Grape Arbor, and then Harvest Basket. Anyway, so those are what came for that. We seriously might be doing a conversion because this is not Red Plum. That is purple. Oh gosh. Okay. Well. Oh well. Anyway, that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And I hope that you all are getting all of your stitchy time, that you're able to enjoy your last little bit of summer, if it's summer where you are. If it's not summer where you are, then I hope you get to enjoy, is it winter? Hope you get to enjoy winter, your last little bit. And that's it. I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.